is not misbehavior. This is regulation. If you've ever looked at your child and thought, why are they doing this? Why can't they just stop? Why does everything turn into a meltdown? You are not alone. And I want to be really honest with you. If you are here watching this, you're probably exhausted. You've tried the strategies. You've read the books. Maybe you've counted to 3 more times than you can count. And still it feels like nothing is working. So today I want to offer you something different. Not another technique, not another consequence chart, but a completely different lens for understanding what you are actually seeing when your child falls apart. Because here is what most parents are never told. What you are seeing as behavior is often not behavior at all. We are taught to look at children's actions through the lens of behavior. We are taught to label things: good behavior, bad behavior, appropriate, inappropriate. And from that place, our job as parents seems very clear. Reinforce the good, stop the bad. It makes sense. It's logical. It's what most of us were taught. But what if that framework is missing something essential? Something that once you see it, you can unsee it. Because what looks like misbehavior is very often something completely different. It's regulation, or more precisely, an attempt at regulation. Let me explain what I mean. Every child has a nervous system. That nervous system is constantly doing one thing. It's scanning. It's scanning the environment. It's scanning relationships. It's scanning for threat. And it's trying to answer one question on a very deep automatic level. Am I safe right now? Not logically, not consciously. Your child is not sitting there thinking, let me assess my safety. This happens below the level of thoughts, below the level of language. It's a biological process that has been running in humans for hundreds of thousands of years. And when the nervous system answers, I'm not sure, or no, it reacts. That reaction is not a choice. It's not defiance. It is not manipulation. It is the body doing exactly what it was designed to do: protect itself. And that reaction doesn't look like calm. It can look like movement, it can look like noise, it can look like resistance, it can look like shutdown, it can look like intensity. From the outside, this often looks like too much. Let me give you a real example. You are at the store. It's the end of the day. Your child is hungry. The lights are buzzing. There are sounds coming from every direction. There are people. There are smells. And you just need to grab a few more things. Your child starts pulling your arm. Then louder. Then they are on the floor. Then they are screaming. And every person in that aisle is now looking at you. And in that moment, everything in you wants to say, stop it, get up, you are embarrassing me, you know better than this. And I'm not judging you for that. That's a completely human response. But here is what's actually happening in your child's nervous system in that moment. It has reached its limit. The sensory input, the lights, the sound, the smell, the hunger, the tiredness, the unpredictability of a crowded space has added up to more than their system can process. And when the nervous system is overwhelmed, it doesn't think its way out. It acts its way out. The crying, the floor, the screaming, it's not a performance. It's the nervous system trying to discharge what it cannot hold. Now, let's look at another example. This one happens at home. It's transition time. Time to stop playing and come to dinner. You've given the 5-minute warning. But when you call them, They don't come. You call again, they still don't come. You walk over, and now they are pushing back, arguing, maybe even hitting. And it's so easy to think they are just being defiant. They never listen. They know the rules. But for a child with a neurodivergent nervous system, transitions are really hard. Not because of bad attitude, not because they don't want to respect you, but because switching between states from deep play to dinner requires a kind of mental flexibility that their nervous system is still developing. And when you force that switch before their system is ready, the protest you see is regulation. They are trying to protect the internal state they were in. They are trying to manage a discomfort of the shift. So, why does this matter? Because when we see these moments as behavior, we respond at the level of behavior. We try to stop it, we try to control it, we try to correct it. We apply consequences. And sometimes consequences are appropriate. But when you try to stop regulation, you don't create calm. You create more pressure. And that pressure has to go somewhere. So what happens? Escalation, shutdown, bigger reactions, a more dysregulated child, not a calmer one. Because the nervous system doesn't respond to rules, it responds to safety. It responds to co-regulation, meaning the presence of a calm nervous system nearby. Yours. This is the part I want you to really sit with. Your nervous system and your child's nervous system are in constant conversation. When you escalate, their system escalates. When you get louder, their system gets louder. This is not because they are feeding off your energy in some vague way. This is neuroscience. It's called co-regulation. And it means that one of the most powerful things you can do in a dysregulated moment is not a strategy. It's not a consequence. It's you, your breath, your voice, your presence. A nervous system that feels another regulated nervous system nearby can start to come back. Not instantly, not perfectly, but it can start. Now, I want to be very clear about something because I know what some of you are thinking. So, what? I just let them do whatever they want? There are no limits anymore? Every meltdown is just a nervous system thing and I have to accept it? No, that's not what I am saying. Boundaries still matter. Structure still matters. Your child still needs to learn how to live in the world. But the question is, when do you address the behavior and when do you address the regulation underneath it? And the answer is, you cannot effectively do the first without the second. A child who is in the middle of a storm cannot hear you, cannot process consequences, cannot learn. The window for learning opens when the nervous system has come back to baseline. Not during, after. So the sequence changes. First, regulate, then connect, then, if needed, redirect or problem solve, not the other way around. Let me walk you through what this actually looks like. Your child is melting down. Old approach, stop crying, go to your room. You are not getting anything until you calm down. New approach, you take a breath first, you get low at their level, you don't demand, you don't lecture, you might say quietly, I am here, I am not going anywhere, I can see you are having a really hard time. You don't try to fix it immediately, you stay. You let your calm be the anchor. And slowly, not always quickly, but slowly, the storm passes. And then, when they are back, that's when you talk. That's when you repair. That's when, over time, you start to build the skills together. Here is the other thing I want you to understand. Regulation is a skill. Children are not born knowing how to regulate. They learn it through repeated experiences of being co regulated by someone safe. Think about it this way: babies cannot regulate at all. They cry and someone comes. They are held, fed, soothed. And over thousands of these moments, the nervous system learns when I'm overwhelmed, I can be held back. That's the foundation. For neurodivergent children, this process is often slower, often harder, not because they are broken, but because their nervous system is wired differently. It takes in more, it processes differently, it may need different inputs to feel safe. And that means they need more practice, more repetition, more patience, more of you staying regulated when they can't. This is not about being permissive. This is not about letting everything go. This is about being effective, because the old framework, push harder, apply more consequences, demand more compliance, was not working. Not for these kids. And maybe you already know that. Maybe that's why you are here. So here is the shift. Instead of asking, how do I stop this behavior? Start asking, what is my child's nervous system trying to do right now? What do they need to feel safe enough to come back? And from that place, your response changes completely. You might allow movement, but shape it. You might reduce stimulation instead of adding more demands. You might offer an alternative, a squeeze, a weighted blanket, a walk. You might just stay close instead of escalating. You are not ignoring behavior, you are getting underneath it. And that changes everything. Because a child who feels understood doesn't need to escalate as much. A nervous system that feels safer can come back to balance faster. And over time, with enough of these moments, something shifts. Your child starts to internalize the experience of being regulated. They start to build their own capacity, not because you forced it, but because you modeled it, you held it, you stayed. That is how regulation is learned. I want to leave you with this. In the moment, it doesn't feel like regulation. It feels like chaos. It feels like disconnection. It feels like you are losing control. But what you are actually seeing is a system that doesn't yet know how to regulate in a different way. And that's where you come in. Not to control it, not to shut it down, but to guide it. That is the work. It's not always calm, but it is worth it. I created a free PDF that goes deeper into exactly this: the difference between what you see on the outside and what your child is experiencing internally. It includes a simple guide for starting to look at these moments differently. You can find it in the description below. And if this video helped you see something in a new way, share it with someone who needs it. Because this changes things, not just for your child, for you too.